Alright, this video is going to show you how to use more selection tools and maybe do something called inverting a selection. So that actually is a really useful thing to know, how to invert a selection. So check this out. Here I have a picture of an iPhone, and you've probably seen pictures of things with sometimes like a solid white background color. And you could say, how do you isolate, say, this iPhone from the background? Okay, so watch this. I'm gonna do this button. What's this button tool? The magic wand tool. Let's go ahead and click it. If I click here, isn't that cool? I've copied all the white area, and what I could do right now is say edit copy. Now let's maybe get this background here. We'll say select. Notice there's a selection right now. I'm going to say select none, or Control D, I think. If I edit paste, look what I copied and pasted from this iPhone picture. I copied the white part, but I didn't want the white part. I wanted everything but the white part. So what you want to do there is called inversing the selection. So let me come back here. I'm going to hit edit undo. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to say I've selected all the white area, but what I want to do now is say select inverse. Now what happened is it's gonna highlight everything but the white. I've inversed the selection, so to speak. Edit, copy, edit, paste. So isn't that cool? We've kind of isolated that iPhone from its white background. So that's a really neat effect, very useful, especially if you're going to do a magazine cover or a web banner. There will be times where you want to select a logo or a design or some item from its background, and that's how you go about doing. All right, moving on. I have a really neat activity here. I wish I could do all of these with you. Let's see how many we can do. This is a really neat one. Here you have two photos that are quite different. One's this gloomy gray background, and then this beautiful sunflowers in the foreground. So I'm gonna just really get to the point here, and what I'm gonna do is use various techniques to isolate this flower. Now the cell phone I just did was pretty easy. It's got nice straight edges. This, for example, to use the magnetic lasso tool to select this flower would be, I mean, it's going to be very arduous. So I'm going to just hit Control D or select none. Here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using this add to selection bar up here. We're also going to use this magic selection brush, magic wand tool it's called. And something you're going to need to know about is tolerances. So tolerance, what that means is if I choose this color of blue right now, it will select all the blues that are within a certain amount close to that blue. So watch what happens here. Tolerance. So with a tolerance of 32, I'm going to get all that blue. Now if I come over here and click, and I want to add to this selection, look, all of this area is what I've selected. What I want to do is click this button here, add to selection. So what this does is as I click, it includes the various colors of blue to what's already been selected. So this is a really neat approach to selecting this flower. But you wouldn't be able to do this without knowing about this button right here, add to selection. So the trick here is you got to really not miss any of the little windows. Wow. Okay, so what I've done now is I've highlighted all the blue. And again, there's going to be a funny situation here. I'll do it anyway. I'll say edit copy just in case this ever happens to you. Now, if I come over here and say edit paste, it's going to be the wrong thing. I highlighted the blue. That's not what I wanted. So I'm gonna do undo paste. When we come over here, we want to say select inverse. So we're going to inverse the selection. We want everything but the blue. Actually, maybe before I do that, I'm going to make sure I have everything. I think I got it though. Okay. So we're going to say select inverse. Now, this is what we want. Now, you know what's funny? We forgot a few little windows here, so I'm gonna undo. And I'm going to try to add some of these. Okay, so now I'm going to say select inverse, edit copy, and edit paste. Wow, so there we go. That worked out pretty good. Now look, when I put this layer in here, I got a new layer over here. I could put it here. But look, this is humbling for me. I've still forgotten many little areas of blue. So I could, geez, I guess I could erase some of those areas. That's not working out. I might have to just delete this layer. If this layer over here, I could just right click delete. Are you sure? Yeah. Let's go back to our image and make sure we got everything. So I'm going to inverse the selection again. And I'm going to zoom in a little. And I'm going to continue adding to the selection. So I'm going to add here. Add here. Oops, there. Here we forgot these areas. I think we got it. Oh, this was another area. So I think we got it. Okay, edit copy. Oh. Edit undo. We're going to inverse the selection. So inverse, edit copy, and edit paste. So geez, it's a lot better now, but there's still, if you're really fussy, you'll see there's areas here that we could zoom in and erase, but I think I'm going to leave it. Another image that maybe we could bring in is this hummingbird. Now again, how do we select this hummingbird? I'm going to do the magic selection brush. Oh, look at that. It's selecting too much. So I'm going to hit Control D. Change tolerance to maybe 5. Let's see how this works. That's a little bit better. But maybe it's actually too fussy. Let's make it tolerance 10. So this is kind of cool. We could have used the magnetic lasso tool. I'm trying to select all the shades of green without selecting the hummingbird. It's actually working out almost better than I thought it would. Awesome. So again, if I do edit copy right now, I'm going to select the green. I want to almost inverse the selection. What I might do is zoom in. I'm at 10 minutes. I gotta watch my time here. Huh. I'm gonna do the manual lasso tool, and I'm just gonna do add to selection. And this is kind of a neat thing. If you got some areas that haven't been highlighted, what you can do is kind of go like this. Add these areas of inclusion. These techniques have taken a while to learn. I could almost add this little area here. That edge looked rough. This beak, I could kind of manually add little areas here. This might be a little jagged. Here, I'm going to add this. So isn't that cool? I can just add little ovals of inclusion. I'm trying to select the green, as much of the green as I can. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say select inverse. So I'm gonna inverse the selection. Isn't that funny? Notice here there's still some areas. I'm gonna say inverse again. I'm really gonna try to go tight along the edge here. So I'm gonna inverse. I think this is gonna be it. Inverse, edit, copy, and come over here, edit, paste. So the hummingbird is right here. I'm gonna move that layer up. I'm gonna use the move tool. So that's a pretty neat effect. We've done quite a few things here. We've used the magic wand tool. We've used the inclusion and option. We've manually selected some areas with the lasso tool. We've adjusted layers here a little bit. So that image that right now is a PSD file. You could save it as a PSD, but if you also want to export it, we could say save to web. And we could save it as a JPEG, or actually a PNG. Hit OK. We'll go to our desktop and we'll say storm clouds dash Dwayne. All right. So that's a pretty cool image. I've shown you two pretty cool things: the iPhone from the white background. You know what? There's another example here I have with giraffe with this mountainous background, but I think I'm going to leave it at that, okay? I hope you enjoyed the tutorial.